Okay, we're here. We did it. Cat claws into wall. It's fine. We're all good. It's all good. Hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Age of Myth, Act 1. We are preparing for just a good time. You know, you guys wanted a beach episode, and so I figured what a better way to surprise you than be at the beach. Yeah. The beach. Well, the suburbs have to be around the beach. Like, that's just how that works. You know, you have to live somewhere when you go to the beach. I don't know.
I've been to Maine. That's actually kind of accurate.
I mean, I feel like there's usually suburbs around a beach. The few that I have been to. But yeah,
I already had beaches around my home island.
Well, yeah, that's true. there were some stony beaches there.
Aaron just thought it needed to be a little warmer.
Yeah, a little warmer. Some walls, perhaps. It's fine. Okie dokie. Well, let's see. Announcements tomorrow, Wednesday.
No vampire this week
vampire.
due to our producer being awesome and needed to go produce something in real life somewhere. But however, we will be doing a movie night in Discord instead. We haven't decided what the movie is going to be yet, but I'm leaning more towards Dracula Dead and loving it.
Oh, interesting. That is a
Try
good
and
one.
Drag Taco into watching it, whether or not he wants to.
That I remember watching that one. That was
I have not seen that one yet.
it's something.
So fun fact, in English class when I was in high school, we were going to watch Bram Stoker's, and then at the last minute, our teacher was told he wasn't allowed to because it's a fucking horny movie.
Wait, is that the one we watched a few months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, Bram Stoker's.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the 30s one, and I was like,
Yeah, but so at the last minute, he swapped out for Leslie Nielsen, and I'm saying,
I mean,
it wasn't his worst choice he's ever made.
Yeah. Still horny though. Just in the Leslie Nielsen.
It's comedy horny,
yeah,
rather than just like softcore.
Yeah, for sure.
it's rather than just like, oh, good Lord.
Exactly.
So anyway, come join us for that.
Yep.
'Cause we can all remember Frank Drebin saying something along the lines of, "She had the kind of legs that went all the way up."
Oh my god. I love it. All right, so yes, tomorrow movie night in Discord. Here for it. And then Thursday, Age of Innovation, where we have Hunter / Penthos / Ash / and all the other names that you are known by. You know, as one does. But yeah, come see us. That dude. You know, come see Ash as he deals with students who just, well, I mean, you did too, broke into a house. So, you know what? There are consequences to your actions. Sometimes. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how you get out of the situation. So, could be anything. And then Friday, we will be here once again for Tales of the Hidden Path, a Star Wars 5e game where we enact some rather ridiculous shenanigans with some friends from across
An emotional trauma.
Yeah, it's true. We have a lot of trauma for all the laughs that we have. We were dealing with some pretty crazy stuff last time. So, you know, who doesn't love seeing cloned versions of your family members that you love and haven't seen for a while? Sure, it's fine. What could possibly be wrong with that? But yeah, definitely a good time. So
Depends on context, the answer to that question.
yes, definitely. All right. I think that about covers it for announcement wise.
And then 2 weeks from today, if you're sad about not having a game to watch on Tuesdays, come join me at Top Down Tabletop with Vix, Shanks, David, aka Oretano, who got to pop in last week, and my new friends Brittany and Megan for a new game called Embers and Arcanum.
Yum. Alrighty. Well, we will go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. So here we go. done. Beautiful. Let's see here. Where are we? This is fine. Laertes. A large crowd hangs in the symposium. You look around as everyone is murmuring to each other before they let out a loud cheer and start clapping and you look across from your podium to the other podium and see, as they kind of start to quiet down, Pelanos looking shaken. He goes and sits back in his chair. It's kind of spaced out for a second. You look around the room, the massive auditorium here in the city, the bright lights shining down on you as you see, you kind of turn your head behind you to the projection above your head. The words read, "The legend of the Raven's Roar is often only one floor above you. Significant understanding is interdependent on the relatedness of motivation, subcultures, and management." And you stare at it going, what the fuck? Pelanos comes over to you. I don't know what to say. Good job. He reaches out a hand to shake.
Laertes will reach forward and shake his hand, but in that way that is enthusiastic, where it's both hands around one. And debate is only worthwhile when it's spirited.
I am at a loss for words, honestly.
I look up at the title and so am I.
You have a couple of students, scholars, professors from various universities come over and congratulate you on this brilliant discourse. The projection flashes off, vanishing from its holographic site. You gather your briefcase and a few other of your implements. Kind of adjust your coat, button up those last couple of buttons, and walk out the door. You pass the marbled halls of pure white quartz-like stone, the light beaming down and filling the space with this warm, comforting, yet sterile-like environment. At last, you reach a spot and you go down the hallway and one of the doors opens. It slides to the side and open, and out before you is the capital city. You're immediately bombarded with a couple of journalists that come over to try and question you. Oh, what did you mean by all the things that you said? What do you have? Do you have a statement?
Aaron, I just went right back to the recent Adam Driver movie. Well, as you can see, my megalopolis.
Yeah.
Everything I had to say was during the debate, but thank you so much for your interest and attendance.
Everybody is flabbergasted, like, oh no, he's so he's wise beyond his, like, you said nothing of crazy intellect, and yet they are acting as if you've wowed and boggled their minds. The crowd parts as you move through them. A couple of hired gargoyles come over and start to part the crowd so that you may pass. You go down the pathway towards your vehicle, where you see a man in a white trench coat waiting for you with a small hovering robotic sphere that kind of hovers at his side. You recognize his face. This is the doctor. I thought it prudent that I would come and see you as quick as possible. It's about your mother.
What? What are you talking about? What's wrong?
No, we have good news. We found that the synapses are indeed recoverable. It's a good thing that your studies have moved forward progress enough. She will be safe. And with all that we have to offer, a long life ahead of her. Please, would you like to come visit? She's been asking for you by name.
Of course.
You get into the vehicle, and as the doors close, you look up at the sky of this brilliant cityscape with these tall spired buildings, and your eyes focus on a column of what looks like a air trail, like a contrail kind of thing in the sky. Those are completely unusual. This is a port city after all. But the curious part is that this trail of cloud goes from an imperceivable distance and down towards the sea. The car lifts off and gets ready to get up, and then flies off into the cityscape. We move over to the edges of the sea. Astrid.
Yes.
Pulling yourself up, one arm after another arm after another on the shores of the beach. You cough out seawater. And you roll onto your back. Your body, you can feel, is bruised and burnt. You try and feel your limbs with one of your arms, with one of your hands, kind of like feel if there's any broken anything. You feel numb all over from the impact.
Malaca.
And then you look up at the sky. The trail of smoke still spirals down from where your ship crashed into the sea outside of the capital city. Outside of the capital city, your mind glitches for a second. The crew. Your crew. All of them. They're dead. You were the only one that managed to pull yourself out of the wreckage of the ship as it sank into the depths of the bay. There is a conflicting set of emotions inside. Sadness. The immense amount of grief. And panic. The evil. It's here. The evil is here. It's just outside the door. And you have to find someone. What do you do?
Uh, she tries to remember the last time that she saw Eric's on the ship before it crashed.
Strange. That name. That is where your mind goes. It is who you think of. But you know your crew. There was no Eric's on your ship. You would know. You know all 24 members of your scout craft crew like the back of your hand. Why does Eric's keep popping into your brain? You bring a hand up to your head. Oh, the dull throb of having smacked it on the console whenever the ship had made impact with the surface of the water. You look around the beach and you can already see that there are emergency crews flying out towards the wreckage of where the ship had landed, and there is a beach patrol that's on its way currently to you. Carefully, but with purpose, you gather yourself, stand up, and start to wave down the approaching vehicle.
Vehicle?
Yes. The vehicle, the beach patrol, the security here on Veritas Prime. Part of your mind struggles with what you are seeing, but then a larger part says, no, this makes sense. This makes sense. We are going to move into the city itself. Shuttle and airship fly by overhead, vroom, 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 casting their shadows on the streets below. Themisto, you pull your hood up close around you as you navigate the busy streets here of the capital city. You hear the sirens of a police vehicle moving by, and immediately you turn to look the other direction as they pass. You have to get to the Capitol building. You spoke truths. You saw. Your hand goes down to your pocket, to your communicator. You have friends. You could reach out to them. You have friends. No, you have no friends. Wait, no, yes you do. There's this conflicting set back and forth. Someone to talk to, someone to reach out to. You know someone really important, someone in the government itself. The end is coming, and you've seen a portent of the death to come with it. What's her name? The one in the government, the one that you know. You've kind of flashed back and forth with the assuredness that you know how and a hesitance in propriety? Worship? No, this is just someone you know.
I draw my communicator up and I activate the holographic display and I scroll through the contacts. Who could it be? Who could it be?
Tons of faces and names go by. The little smiling pictures, some serious, not smiling pictures. You recognize General Ares. Definitely doesn't smile. But he's a young general. He only just got his position. He has to make sure to make a name for himself. And then you see one mother in quotation marks. This is the one.
Anyone will believe me, it has to be her.
You take a moment and press send on the device. There is a moment of nothing. And then the voice of Gaia. Hello?
Mother,
Is that you?
there's I've seen something terrible. I need to talk to you, but in person. I don't think the line is safe.
Of course. Do you want to come to my office? Or are you okay? There was a ship that just crashed in the bay outside. Are you okay?
I had nothing to do with that, right?
No.
I heard the crash, but no. No, I'm okay. Please, your office is fine.
There's a hesitance. I'm sorry. I just got word. Meet me at my office. Come quickly. Grab everything you can. My child, he's here. Baldur is here in the system.
I'm too late.
No. You're fine. You're fine. Whatever it is you saw, it could be very important. Come quick. You shut the communicator, put it in your pocket, and start to make a mad dash into the center of the city. It'll be fine. You look around and stop as you see your reflection. Your mind doesn't necessarily fracture, I would say. That was the wrong song. Doesn't necessarily fracture, I would say. But you see two faces overlapping over one. You see a hood. That part is the only part that seems to make sense, but you see Themisto. And you also see another girl. Somebody else. It doesn't look like you. Memories are switching back and forth, blurring between realities. Your hand goes back down to your communicator. For a moment, you have another thought. You have friends. You look around. They should be here. Where are they? You picture it. A tall, striking captain, armored in some sort of archaic armor. A scribe, a librarian, maybe? The power swirls around him. You kind of scrunch in disbelief. What power? A warrior, blonde. Young, but fearless. The little lion. What the fuck is a lion? These things keep overlapping themselves. You see and are imagining these things all of a sudden. And then you see a blonde woman, and your heart races. Why do you know her? You try as you might to try and bring up a name. There is no name there. It is just emotion, memory, put together. You look to your left, and you see, even though I'm gesturing to my right now, I realize, you look to your right. That way is the capital. To your left, something else. You look back and forth. What do you do?
I make notes in my communicator of all of these people that I remember. My eyes are rapidly scanning just the air itself for information. Feeling so unsettled. And this other girl that I also am I a Gorgani for both?
She doesn't look like it.
I reach up and touch underneath my hood. What do I feel?
Smooth skin. No scales. You bring it down and around. Long, straight black hair.
Who am I? Mother said, gather everything I can. I think this has to mean something. I try to find these people. Something, whatever is calling to me out there, I have to pursue it. If I don't follow this down, then I'm not doing it right.
Something inside you pulls, and you take off to the left. And you run down the street, not sure where it is that you are going. In the reflection of the mirror of the glass on this building, your body splits. A ghostly-like image continues to the capital, and you run down the street towards where something calls you. We switch now once again. Cyprus. You sit in a vehicle. It rumbles. For player description, it's like being in the inside of a Humvee. It's like a small, it's a flying vehicle, but it's about that kind of militarized small space. It's an armored car. You're flying and lifting off from the beach. You look over your shoulder as the medics tend to this pilot that had just crashed. A woman with side-shaved, undercut hair who looks like they've been through hell and back. She keeps spouting warnings in a language you don't understand. For players, this person speaking ancient Greek. Oh, she's speaking all of Greece. She's speaking ancient Greek. Cyprus, she looks panic-stricken. She wears the uniform of a ranger. One of the scouts. And she keeps saying something You want to understand. She's getting frustrated. No one seems to be listening to her, and they keep telling her, "Ma'am, you'll be fine. Ma'am, we need to calm down. We'll get you to the hospital as quick as we can. It'll be fine." A flicker of a word. Evil. Plague. You swear she said that somewhere in that flurry of words. You swear she said that. What do you do?
Cypress will look down at how he is dressed.
Military police. Training one day, hoping to join the gargoyles.
Do I see a commanding officer nearby? My commanding officer.
No, they'll be back at base. You're riding shotgun, but you honestly, you are probably the highest ranking person in the vehicle right now. It's the med personnel, this pilot, and then another lieutenant. But you've outranked him by a station in a couple of weeks.
Is there room for Cypress to kind of stand and go back to where the woman is?
You can crawl to the back, to this back section. You can like just jump over the computer console.
Yeah, Cypress will do that. And not quite like pushing away those who are helping this woman, but he will try and visually engage with her. What did you say?
Astrid, none of these people are listening to you. And what's more, nothing that they are saying makes any sense. They're speaking in a language that you don't. No, you do. You know this language. And part of you remembers everything that they just said. But when they were speaking it, it didn't make sense. But now you know that they've been trying to tell you to calm down. But nothing that you have said has come across. And suddenly, one of the officers, one of these soldiers, comes from the front where the cockpit is, climbs over the console to the back where the more open space of this transport is, and comes over to you.
Yeah.
What did you say?
You understood him perfectly.
Ooh. Okay.
You also notice that the med officers next to you guys both stop and look at Cypress like, what?
Plague. You said the plague, didn't you?
He said, earthquake! No, you're good.
You understood it?
Yes.
How does he look to me?
Um,
Does he seem familiar?
You see a face that no, maybe. Make a history check for me.
Okay.
Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
It's gonna be a. One sec. It's loading.
Oh,
You see what my
you're
modifier is 15.
15. Beautiful. You see a face on the surface, which is such a weird thing to say. You see a face on the surface that does not look familiar, not to you. You don't know every soldier in this city. You've only been to Veritas Prime like a handful of times on these missions. What you see before you is this, probably in his mid 30s, maybe early 30s. this blonde man with a grizzled beard. No, you don't recognize him, but something below the surface, something else. His voice, the way he speaks to you. It's like hearing a friend speak that you hadn't heard their voice in the longest time, and it's the one source of familiarity that you can feel right now outside of this lie. No, this memory. No, a lie. No, a memory. You tried to tell him.
There's someone that I care very much about, and I don't know where she is. And I don't know why I don't remember her. There are people who I care very much about. And they're gone. And the captain does not go down without the ship.
Your ship went down.
Our ship went down.
Why?
You go back to the memory. The plague. There was the plague. They shot your ship down. You barely made it here, and you know that they are coming here next.
The plague is on its way. We barely survived.
Where?
She points to the sky.
Cypress, your mind diverges. Here. Part of you goes, fuck, this can't be happening. How could they be here already? Another part of you goes, wait, they're in space? Wait, what is space? You look at this woman who you look at again. It doesn't look like Astrid. It is a very close approximation, but it is not Astrid. But you know that voice, and you know that name. There is a gentle rocking of the ship. You hit a pocket of air, and a voice comes over the intercom.
365. Do you copy 365?
Cypress will go over to the communicator. This is 365. I copy.
We need you to return to the capital. It's all hands. The plague.
All hands.
Baldur has arrived. We must prepare the evacuation.
Understood. On the way. Oh, protect us. Cypress will, though, look back over his shoulder, meaningfully locking eyes with this mysterious woman.
You bank the ship over as it turns back and around from heading towards the fort to heading back towards the city, passing over a subdivision down below. Wait, Astrid, did you have your hand up for a second?
For a second.
Yeah, what's up? What were you going to say?
No, then I was going to talk with her.
What were you going to say?
No, I don't think it would make sense at this point. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Ship banks. Continues on. And we switch scenes once again. Phoebe. You had awoken with a start. Had that small bit of a conversation. You had got up, gone to the window, seen outside. The neighbor had waved at you. Cypress. No, not Cypress. Who's Cypress? Cypress is someone you know. No, you're sure about this. There is For as much as everybody has had so far a split, an overlapping memory or personality that has been placed over this, something is shielding that memory out, and it's like it's there within reach. This other thing. But Phoebe remains present, and there is a warmth on your cheek that you feel. And you reach up to touch it, and you remember a kiss given to you by someone. She had said it would be important one day. You have the images of a bird. That doesn't make any sense. What do you do?
So I'm at the window. Can I see my reflection in the window?
I'll say you can shift your perspective, because when you get up to the window, you don't initially see it,
yeah.
but you kind of like take a step back and you see the reflection in the mirror. You see yourself. There is another person, but it is not. No, this is more of you are more present than whoever else this memory is or belongs to.
So I know that I'm me. It's just some of the memories are fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to try to summon light.
Nothing happens.
Do I have my bracelet?
You look down at your bare wrists. Wait, but you know that should be there. You feel for it. And it's like you can feel just over your arms that there's something there, but you cannot see it.
I want to go outside. This is not Corinth. Where am I?
Matthias comes over a couple feet. Are you all right? You look at him again. It's not Matthias. No, but it is Matthias. But you see Matthias. You see the face. But your mind says another name instead and is trying to fight with the memory of this person. But you see physically Matthias, but the name doesn't sound right. This is Highland? Who the hell is Highland? What's the
I'm
matter?
just something's happening and I don't know what.
Shh,
I'm
sunshine, it's okay.
No. And I'm gonna try to go outside. Still.
You back away and go outside. You go
What am I wearing?
outside. You look down at the. It's like a tunic shirt. It's like super. It goes down to probably like mid thigh, but this is almost something like you could sleep in almost comfortably. But it's also just a long shirt. You see. Pants that go about to the bottom of your calves, and you see as you go towards the door, you're already slipping on these boots, but these boots don't look familiar, but you do it with practice ease. You take them, pull the straps over, and they lock into place. You can go outside. You go outside. And you take in the warmth of both suns. Veritas Prime. You look over to the right and see the capital city, but maybe like 5-6 miles away. The giant spires of downtown that circle around the bay. You look up and you see the now fading trail of smoke that leads down, looking like, well, for the player description, like something crashed. And your mind goes, something's crashed. But your brain is also going, that doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. There are sentences and thoughts and descriptions that you are hearing your mind make for itself that none of this matches anything that you know. And you know for a certainty it doesn't. What do you do?
Do I remember any of the Orphics?
Orphics. Why does that word ring a bell? You kind of put both hands to your head like, wait, what is an Orphic? Wait, no. Yes. Yes, they're starting to come back. Clearly. Companions. This was in your dream that you just had. You were fighting something evil. Something. The world shifts a little bit, like seeing wind blow through something that's blowing smoke, kind of like shifts, or fog kind of like shifts, but then comes right back to where it was at. Like you feel like there's this gust of wind that is pushing everything away, and then it stays back in its place. Yes, you remember your friends. You remember all of them. Astrid, Laertes, Cypress, Phoebe. Your name is Phoebe. Yes, the Misto. All of it swirls back around you again. Penthos was there too. Davos. All of these names start to kind of pop into your head, even though part of you, this small voice, is telling you you don't know any of these people. There's a louder voice that's telling you you do. You see a ship fly. No, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say I was going to start yelling their names.
You see a ship flying overhead, and you start yelling names. A ship flies overhead. A car drives down the road, and the world shudders. And deep down, a voice, unspoken aloud, but still within all of your minds. You can't fight this. Themisto, Phoebe, Astrid, Laertes, Cypress, you all hear at once. You can't fight this. What do you do?
And I yell back, I can and I will.
Themisto,
Cypress.
Go ahead. No,
Just,
go ahead.
sorry. Cypress just immediately like freezes and says, "Take this ship down."
Astrid. What do you...
You heard that too?
Nobody else seems to react at all, but you hear Cypress like react immediately. He has that like tightened shoulders, the tenseness, and then the take this ship down. Themisto, you're running along the street. You've been running for so long. And it's like dream running, where it's like you run really slow and not go anywhere, and then all of a sudden it's like the rubber banding in a video game. Just all of a sudden you're like way further down than you thought you were, and then all of a sudden you're
it's
going
like
slow.
I'm missing areas entirely.
Yeah. You hear the voice. And something within that voice makes you stop in your tracks. What do you say?
This is part of my vision. It has to be. I need to see. I need to see so I can tell Mother.
There's a split, and the world shifts. Penthos. You are at the launch bay. Your mind feels whole somehow. This is all so familiar. Why? You look over and you see him. He gears up, getting ready for battle. He looks over at you and smiles. There's a warmth, a familiarity, and you know it. You feel like you know it. Part of you knows this. You look to your right and up against the wall, leaning there, a sword. Large, crystalline. And your heart sinks. It's tied to pain. It's tied to suffering. Anguish. But it's part of this memory. It's part of who you are. What do you do?
My eyes get wide and my pupils dilate. I stare a little bit too long toward him, through him. There is an energy of conflicting emotions, impossibility, and paradoxical alignment. And I think that is communicated as fear.
Rhea shakes his head. We've trained for this. It's not the first time we've fought him, and it won't be the last. Not today, not ever. It'll be fine. And your mind screams, no, it's not. But you don't know how you know that. You go and you stand looking down at your gargoyle armor. Your human skin. Flesh, not fur. Small, not monstrous. And without looking, you reach over to grab the sword. And as you grab the sword, you hear in your voice, in your mind, you cannot fight this. You know that that voice does not belong in this memory. What do you say? What do you do?
There is a relationship to time that is absent in this moment. I am white knuckling the sword to where my bones nearly break. And upon recognizing that there is an intruder in my mind, something that is, I would believe, a part of the training. But layers upon layers on top of that of what it has wrought me in multiple lifetimes. I swing my sword as hard as I can toward the wall. And with a reverberation in the voice, I don't have a good enough word. Scream, shout, implore. You cannot give just to take again.
The world dissolves into pieces, fragments, sparkles, dust, smoke, water. These elemental pieces that just swirl around all of you as the world dissipates and reimagines itself into another place. A mixture of memories and things. You guys find yourselves, all 6 of you, standing amongst each other, wearing the garb of your memory, but now more truly you. Themisto, you have been running and now find yourself on this street in front of a statue of a man that you know, Apollo. In a street that's mixed with pieces of buildings and houses, both familiar temples, constructs, doors. And you look to your left and your right, and you see your friends. That faded memory for everything else is pushed further back. And before you, floating about 10 feet from in the air, is a creature unlike anything you've ever seen. Monstrous and gel-like. It forms itself into a semblance of a humanoid shape. No, this cannot be. You cannot fight this, it says again. But maybe you can.
Are you saying that more for our benefit or for yours?
It snarls at you. This mouth that splits down the middle of the chin into 3 pieces.
I take a step forward. Who are you trying to convince?
He charges at you, and I need you all to roll for initiative as I bring up Mapcam. Mapcam!
Oh, sweet lord.
Buddy.
No.
Hold on. I'm going to rearrange everything here. Bring this over here. Ugh. Let me see if I can do another dramatic reveal.
dark and scary.
I don't know if I could just get the. Oh, there goes the plug-in. Is it there? All right, cool. Let's go to boss music. No reason.
Why would we need boss music, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Just for funsies.
Oh no.
That's really cool.
This is so cool.
Don't mind the Sharpie. That's just a column of unknown variety.
Is that the same house where there was a couple trapped inside because we smashed a chimera into the front door?
Yes, it was.
Those poor people are still there.
Traumatized.
Lord knows what memory they're experiencing right now.
I love that we just got like a nice butt shot of Penthos as like on the zoom in.
As one does.
Fan service. It's getting so egregious.
There you go. With all this
Yeah, but we didn't
stuff.
remember seeing it the first time, so we always had to look at it.
Let's not forget the button.
Okay. There we go. And now I go over here to the encounter thingy. Oh.
You know there's a bardcore version of the final countdown? Just saying.
Yes. Oh no. Hold on.
I never got to do my security vehicle sirens.
You know what? Why not? You can just keep doing that. Hold on, let me.
I cast Wee Woo at max level.
Oh, I like how you've put in the pieces of the memories in the current world. That's pretty cool, Aaron.
Yeah, it's wild.
Thanks.
Oh no, a giant water tank landed on the street.
Yeah, I know. Crazy!
Ow.
Oh
Ow, my reality.
no!
I cast Shatter on the fourth wall.
Yeah, basically.
All the
Okay.
big digital advertising they had back in the old world too. in the background.
Yep, that's what it is. Oh my goodness, hold on 1 second.
I do enjoy the idea that Nike actually was a brand back then. Like he was just logging his own shoes.
As of course he would do. This one. I realized that the map that I had made, or I mean the encounter that I had made, didn't save, so I have to just put.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine because I know what I'm looking for. I just need to. Okay, I couldn't remember the name of the
I
thing.
guess that means we just win.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Wait, why did... Oh. I still have it. Okay, I get it. I was like, wait, this is saying that this is... These characters are all an average of level 17. I was like, that's not correct. Oh,
I mean, if we want to be.
it's because I had
Should
not...
we have leveled up in between?
Turns
Yeah.
out we spent a little while in
missed that
those
note.
memories.
Okay.
So we're still in our memories outfits.
Memories, outfits.
Nice.
And we're still
So-
hurt from last time.
Yes. Well, wherever you were at before, yeah. Okay, Astrid, what you got?
I have a 11 on the die.
Beautiful. Themisto.
5.
Beautiful. Laertes.
19.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Cypress.
6.
Beautiful. Phoebe.
12.
Guys,
Beautiful.
Go.
And then Penthos.
because of Feral Instinct, I have advantage on initiative rolls.
Yeah,
I rolled 2 natural 20s.
You did not.
Or 21. I took a picture. It's in the Discord.
That is amazing.
Ooh, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One is, has Davos made it through the dreamscape?
You
with
do
us?
not see him.
Oh no. Oh, buddy. Okay, 2. Has it been more than an... How is time working right now? Am I still subject to the Hero's Feast?
Yes.
So-
Whatever things you had going on that last moment carried
Okay.
over. Even if it's been more or less time after that, once the dream started, this is staying the same.
Please raise my initiative to 8, then.
Beautiful.
Sorry, Cypress.
That's really close on my finger. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. We have Laertes, Phoebe, Themisto, Cypress, Astrid, Penthos. And we start off with Penthos, with Laertes right after. Penthos, you are here.
Okay, so I was
creature?
just subjected to a... Well, for Penthos, it's very interesting. It's an actual memory, but not really, but is.
Yeah.
And it was taunting him with the image of the foundation of the sorrow that made him.
Yep.
And he swung and essentially broke the world that allowed that memory to inhabit.
Right.
And now some Belduran figure is in front of me.
You have Penthos's memory, but it is informed by that of Alexov. You see the creature that you had been fighting before. You see this plague beast. You remember a fight in a temple, but now you have the context of knowing, you know who this Phobos truly is. And you know what this plague is. And you see elements of the world, the old world, this ancient world, and you see elements of a Bahiran world. And it's like the buildings have just been mixed matched, all put together.
Do I know Phobos' relationship to Alexov? Like,
Nah.
okay. And is that figure floating in the air or just tall?
Yeah. He's currently floating 10 feet in the air.
Great. I will use my bonus action to rage.
Bruh!
More like grieve.
Yeah.
But same kind of noise, just very, very sad. With Instinctive Pounce, as part of the bonus action I take to rage, I can move up to half my movement just automatically. So I will close the distance and use the my full movement if needed to get I will say on the like underneath, more toward like the opposite side.
Back here?
Yeah. Where they're within 10 foot of reach.
Okay.
And
Done.
I will use my action to recklessly attack with Null String. I can reach because I have long limbed.
Yeah.
So attack number 1. Oh man. 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay, second attack. That's much better. 26 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, so 18 regular damage, 5 psychic damage,
18. Oh,
and because they have not moved yet, I can use, I think it is also called sneak attack, surprise attack, excuse me, for 5 extra damage. So all in all, 28 damage.
okay. Beautiful. You fly up into the air, do a roll to come up behind him, and then reach up and whack, strike it. I need you to, as you strike this thing and you deal this psychic damage, I need you to make intelligence saving throw for me.
He's not close to Cypress, right?
No,
Okay.
not any
10
longer.
plus 0. So 10.
Beautiful, beautiful. You take 3 points of psychic damage back. As you strike it, it like there's like a strike and a synapse fires in your brain that kind of like hurts.
Okay, the field becomes wavy again with those kind of spectral river runs, as it were.
Yeah,
That's it.
beautiful. Laertes, I have you right here, my friend.
Okay. As a bonus action, I am going to take that. What was it, a potion I was given? Which I cannot find in my inventory all of a sudden. Do that in a minute, but it's the one that gives me the half damage on everything
Yep.
forever.
Resist. Yes, that's exactly what it does.
So I'll take that and I'll mark that off in a minute. But I'm gonna try and sorry, which one am I over here? I can't quite tell. It's all kind of a blur to me.
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay. Sweet, sweet. I'm gonna try and veer off, I guess, to the left to ungroup up a little bit
Sure.
as I'm starting to weave a distortion around me. Because I had
Beautiful.
his attention for a moment.
Yep.
And it's going to be keeping, well, I think eye contact's a strong word, but
You see eyes on this
everything-
thing.
yeah, I'm going to be just trying to match with all of them as much as I can. And I'm going to try even harder to get his attention now. In 2 ways. To be the god of fear, to be the incarnation of a very concept, you have to understand it. So what are you so afraid of? As I start to cast, and I'm about to just shunt this, not this shower of sparkles and colors and all these other things that happen in so much more spellwork. It's this distortion. For something that could be bonded to absolutely everything, that could be everything. Why are you so small? And I'm gonna try and slap it into the ground as hard as I can.
Nice.
For a 24. Does that hit?
24 does hit.
Great. 16 force, and it's gonna take another D8, but I'm imagining. Oh, never mind. I can't do that. So that's it. That's all I can do.
Beautiful. You smash, and you're
Sorry.
smashing it.
I wanted to hit the ground.
Yeah, it does. If the creature falls and splats on the ground, and as it does so, it just deforms itself. And it's like one of those cartoons when something comes from really high and hits the ground, and it goes, and then it goes back up into itself.
I take it didn't take any fall damage.
What is that? Is that a D6 per 10 feet, right? Or is it
Yeah.
a D6?
I want to say that's true.
Okay. It does. It takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Nice indeed. Okay. Anything else that you would like to do?
Movement, bonus action, action. No, that's it.
I moved you. You have 15. I moved you. What is that? 15 feet from where you were.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be too far away from
You're
everything.
just
I just
trying
don't want
not
to be
to
so
be-
grouped up.
Beautiful.
Okay, I was gonna mark off that potion, and that's it. Thank you.
Beautiful. Let's just do this instead. Okay. Shoot. Okay. It is now Phobos's turn. With Penthos immediately close, it turns its head and its arms spin around like a blade, like a Beyblade, and it's gonna make 2 claw attacks on Penthos, who's right directly behind it. The first one,
You have advantage because I attacked recklessly.
heard.
Let it rip.
Okay, so then that makes it a total of. I rolled the same actually, so it's gonna be a 30 to hit.
Great.
And then the second attack is going to be a 27.
Very humbling.
The first attack is a total of 20 slashing damage. And the second one is 17 points of slashing damage.
How you doing, bud?
Awesome.
Um,
The strain was very simple math.
the eyes on it, it turns its head back and around. All of you feel a warmth in your head. And we'll say from Penthos, one of his eyes begins to pulse and glow a purplish color. It goes poof, and a ray of energy fires out from Penthos's eye and flies towards, we'll say, Cypress.
Oh my.
Okay.
Penthos, roll me a d4.
Okay. Is this an attack, by the way? Like an attack roll?
No.
Okay. 4.
Beautiful. This pulse of energy fires from Penthos's eye and goes out to strike Cypress. Cypress, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, con save. 21.
21. Beautiful. You are going to take then. Oh, this rolled not great. 15 points of radiant damage, and you are blinded as this beam of light strikes you with so much energy and heat and vibrance that the whole world goes white. You even hear, for as much as it's not related to sight, there's like a ringing in your ears akin to like a high-pitched whine of metal. It's like as it, you are now blinded.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so Ancestral Protectors has like 2 distinct parts, and I don't know if they're totally tied just because of the lexicon of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So Disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you. This isn't an attack
Yeah.
roll. And when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack,
Yeah.
that creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack. This feels like an attack that obviously does not have an attack roll, but the second part
Because it's a saving
can be
throw.
true. Yeah, so there is damage being dealt. So the first
Yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
obviously, null and void. I'm fine with either, but I just
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to make sure that I'm getting the most out of my features.
Yeah, you can do resistance to it.
Great.
So 7 points of damage instead.
Well, thank you. And to clarify, just to be sure,
Still.
21 save. I was still blinded.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for that
Correct.
resistance.
Okay. Beautiful.
It's one of those like upper level kind of things because there's so many saving throws, and then
Yep.
that kind of gets like nixed.
Yep,
So,
yep. No,
just
you're
wanna
good.
make
You're
sure.
good. You're good. You're good. All right. Phoebe, it is now your turn with Astrid. You are up next after that.
Hey, buddy, thanks for bringing him to the ground. I want to go flank him,
Beautiful.
and I want to beat the shit out of him. Okay, first attack is only a 12.
That misses.
Second attack is lower than that. 15?
Also misses.
I'm gonna try to do flurry of blows. 'Cause I'm rolling like shit tonight. Okay, maybe this one hits. A 24.
That does hit.
Hey,
Finally! Okay, but I also get my potion of pugilism, so that is going to be 13 points of force damage.
14, you said? Mm-hmm. 14 points of force damage, and is that was that all the damage total? I got lost for a second.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
only got one hit out of 4.
All right, I just want to make sure that I heard correctly. All right, you come up, and as you strike and strike, are you using fists? I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
you don't have a
I'm
weapon.
using fists.
Using fists as you come in for like the quick 1-2s. You're striking, but you keep hitting like dull. It's like hitting a waterbed. Like thunk. It like you can feel it give just like a little bit, but when you punch it, it has that echoey kind of like across its body, since it's kind of goo-like. It just doosh, 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 doosh. There's like no bone, there's no muscle mass. It's just like hitting this rubbery, flubbery goo stuff. You're punching a giant flan. All right. Was that the end of your turn? You did roll those with advantage, right? Because you were flanking.
No. That's why I flanked. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. You're nervous. It's fine.
Okay. Sorry for yelling into my mic. Okay. Do you want me to just roll again for those 3 that I missed?
Yeah.
Okay, the second one hits.
What'd you roll?
25.
Okay.
Another 12 points of force damage.
Beautiful.
And a 16 doesn't hit, I'm sure.
No.
Okay.
It does not. Sweet. All right.
Now
So,
my turn is over.
Now your turn is done. Hey, but
And I'm gonna
you got
be
an
stupid,
extra.
and I'm gonna stay beside him to try to split damage with
That's-
our friend here.
That's okay, because one of the claws is gonna come swinging around towards you now, because you just punched it. So she just kind of goes whoosh, he reaches back and does a swipe.
You have disadvantage on the attack, and if
Beautiful.
it hits, she has resistance.
Beautiful. That is the lower number was a 30.
That sucks, man.
That is 17 points of slashing damage, but it is halved, so that would make it 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, well in that case, I'm gonna use my reaction, and I'm going to deflect attack and knock it down to 0.
Beautiful.
Teamwork.
You strike this thing. The hands come down, and you can feel it pull at the edges of your tunic shirt, and it kind of rips upwards along the back, but just enough to where it's like
Get so many
it
girls
hurts.
ripped out in these fights.
It's like tearing at your skin, but not enough to really do that much damage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Astrid, it is now your turn with Themisto on deck.
Okay. Do I still have my wild shape on? My starry fall.
I'm
would
gonna
you
say
say
that you physically you don't see it, but emotionally you feel like you're there. So yes.
Your emotional support wild shape.
Because basically this has all happened within an instantaneous moment. It's still active. It's just in this dream space of places.
Okay. Then Astrid is going to activate Celestial Revelation. I think she's going to go ahead and do her Heavenly Wings to gain a flying speed.
Beautiful.
She's...
Go ahead.
Let's see here.
You start off with 10 extra speed because you started your turn next to me.
Oh yeah, good to remember.
She's going to use a Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Let's go and use that spell.
I thought I had another one, didn't I?
25 to hit.
25 does hit.
Okay. That's going to be 4d6 radiant damage at 19 points of radiant damage.
19 points of radiant. Hold on, let me get back to the
And
screen.
then,
That's a great roll.
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of high hits there for the 6s. And then there is that additional bolt of Archer that I'll use as well. Yeah, it's going to be 9 points of radiant as well.
9 points of radiant. Beautiful.
So she's going to move up 15 feet. And... Oh, sorry. I mean, she flies up 15 feet.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I'll have her move back like 20 in a like a diagonal right. Backwards. Yeah, like right there. Yeah, that'll work. As she prepares a cosmic storm in her. Next
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love this. I love it. I love it. Okay. So you fire this off. It goes and strikes it in the back. You see that same like rubbery like ripple effect across its body, but then the sparkle and tear of the radiant damage itself kind of leaves almost like a mini impact crater that kind of still retains a little bit of that burning and almost like burning embers that are kind of just blazoned into the skin. Nicely done. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Themisto.
And next should get advantage on their attack.
Heard.
Guiding Bolt.
Okay, Themisto, you're up next with Cypress. You're on deck after that. So Themisto, you right here. Beep, boop,
Okay.
beep, boop.
I'm gonna pull down my hoodie,
Okay.
and if I were to do a spell effect that has a 10-foot radius, is there any way that I could put it on Phobos while not hitting any allies, or are we in a situation where that isn't possible?
Oofed. Because of their flanking, it's kind of hard to do. You could probably, I would say if you could do it like, this is not a good, what is this?
You can hit me.
I
if
have
you
a
want.
backup plan to do if it doesn't work, but I figured I'd just try to break out one of my bigger spells, and I have no idea if it will succeed, but if it turns out that it's impossible, it's fine.
I always get the radius and diameter is like my worst nightmare. I think 20
Radius is
foot.
half, diameter
Half.
is full.
Okay. So 20-foot diameter would be the 10-foot radius then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why do they? Because here's the thing. These things, one says 20-foot radius, the other one says 20-foot diameter. And I'm like, why do you switch the wording on it? Why don't you just put one or the other? And that's why I always forget which one. But yes, you could totally do like this right here.
Okay.
So,
If
so
that's
I'll say
achievable,
kind of like that, basically, right? So, yes, we'll just say that you do this, because why not? Go for it. What are you doing?
okay, so, gosh, do I know if the person that I was like Cassandra or someone like?
I'm gonna say right now, you look dressed like we'll say like a civilian in of a modern age, we'll say, but you are Themisto. Like you have diverged from the memory of this person, so now everybody is themselves, not the memory that they were kind of following.
So Themisto crouches down and touches the ground of this bizarro world, and the ground itself sort of ripples, and a little ripple kind of undulates out as like almost like a torpedo across the ground, that like tears and pulls at this weird reality, and shoots up like at a sharp angle right as it reaches Phobos and connects, and Themisto shouts, but not any words, but there's intent behind it to bring this chaos of a place back to Phobos himself. And she is casting confusion. So she's a knowledge cleric, and she just learned to do this by leveling up.
Beautiful.
So who knows? All that build-up may be for nothing. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. I'm gonna send this to everybody so you can see what I roll. Wait, no, everyone. Roll. 32.
That is insane and impossible. So I imagine that like the place sort of does that like matrixy rubber band.
Yeah.
A minute, right?
It just goes. The ground shakes in all directions. Yeah.
But it just snaps back to itself, and unfortunately, nothing occurs.
I'm gonna say, because that was so fucking cool, that something does happen. And the ground shore in that area, it kind of goes, and it kind of focuses there. You see this like spike of earth that kind of like shoots off and juts, but that riding tidal wave of earth, it goes all outwards, hits all of the buildings around, and you can see that the walls kind of come apart from themselves, almost in like those how do they build it kind of books where everything's like blown apart in like a diagram sort of thing. You see it kind of go shake outwards and then form back to itself, but it doesn't look completely put together. Something is about to shift.
Ooh.
Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Themisto did something. That's
Yeah.
exciting. In that case, I am going to. Am I within? Yeah, it looks like I am within 30 feet of most of my allies, if not all of them.
The furthest is Penthos, and he is 35. But that's
Okay. Then I will stay put for now.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. You finished that. Let's move this so I can actually see this here. This, so I can actually see this here. All right. Cypress. You stay here. Themisto, Cypress, you are right here. What are you doing?
Real quick question. Do we know how roughly many rounds it was in the previous one? Because the haste spell lasts a minute, and I don't want to just abuse and reset that.
I think we were
Cypress
at
popped
like
the potion.
4 rounds, I want to say. We weren't very deep. So,
Cool, thank you. Now for the bad part. Cypress, his world is dark.
yeah.
And this whole battle has now been nothing in this instance of sound.
Yes.
And he attempts to tap into any well of magic he has to clear this away, and he feels that his well is empty. He thinks of how to respond in this sudden change of scenario where he could head straight towards the loudest sound of carnage, but then probably hit his friends, being unable to differentiate at the moment. So he is trying to think of where last he saw his friends, who all went before him and all went after he got blinded.
Well, it's all at the same time, so technically, you don't know that they even moved.
Yeah.
So there's
I-
that. Yeah. What's
Can
up?
I offer an idea? I don't mean to overstep. I just think it's so poetic how you just put that. And Astrid, the navigator, cast Guiding Bolt, guiding in the name, which is still on the creature, and someone is trying to be guided toward said creature. I just think it's really nice. Do with that what you will.
For all
just think it's
intents and purposes, Cypress, you see a cosmic thread of like dust, like glowing dust, that points directly to.
I will say, if you want, because this is kind of interesting, because you do technically have advantage, right? So I won't give you advantage on the attack roll, but it could be a straight roll instead of disadvantage being blinded.
Cool. This is probably not going to work, but the chaos could be good if it does.
Yeah.
Being well aware that the monsters that Cypress and his friends have been fighting so far have been miasmic ooze creatures that do not have true substance. He thinks that it is worth taking the chance. The best way for him to know where the thing is to literally grab a hold of it.
Okay.
So he's going to run up into the space where he sees this, the only thing he can perceive, this kind of vague ephemeral outline of light. And he will real quick sheath his sword and attempt to unarmed strike the creature.
Okay.
Nope, that's cocked. Dang. Unarmed strike. Does that use proficiency?
I don't know. It should say on your.
I do have the player's handbook here, so let me just scroll down real quick.
Oh yeah, I forget you don't use. I was like, it should say on D&D Beyond. It'll put on there if it's proficient or not.
Strength plus proficiency modifier. That was a not high roll, but 14.
14 does not hit, but you do make contact with something. It just doesn't do any damage.
Well, he will seethe under his breath. There you are, and will just pull his sword out. And while he can't quite tell, sure felt gelatinous, and so he's gonna swing at this thing.
Okay.
As the light kind of fades from his eyes, he at least has a general idea of where this thing is.
Yep.
So I imagine disadvantage.
On this
The
one,
rules
yes.
of blindness are kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because as per the condition, at least,
Yeah, it's just disadvantage on the roll. And since you use the advantage on an unarmed strike, or I should say the flat roll.
that was a D12. Okay. Better. With disadvantage, 23.
23 does hit.
Yeah. $13 slashing. 15 slashing.
15. Beautiful.
And I will sap him.
Okay.
This foul ooze. And because I'm so fast, I will Cypress will stab at this thing a third time. All hyped up on rage and a Theban anger. 14.
14 points of
Curse you
damage.
disadvantage on getting rid of a
Oh. 14 to hit or 14 damage?
14 to hit.
Oh, okay, yeah. That misses. All
Got
right. Okay, so as the round ends, we go to the top of the round. That bubble and shift in the world around you. You hear the crackle of foundation and stuff as the world shifts and moves about as pieces replace themselves across space and time as everything kind of moves and shifts around on its side. This is gonna come over here.
Cypress doesn't get an end of his turn.
You
compensating
do.
on the blind,
You
does he?
do. You do.
Oh my god.
This moves across.
Man, how terrifying would it be that you are blind? The universe rearranges itself, like basically playing peekaboo with you, and then you can see again, and then it's just everything has been changed and shifted. Just
Only a 19, I'm afraid.
Still blind for the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, 21 was my initial roll.
Let's get a move
Ouch.
this way.
what's your
Here.
modifier?
For
This.
con save +4.
Wow.
Yeah, chances aren't good on me getting this alone, but we're fighting.
We'll put this here. And
Is
then
that concentration? No, I guess not.
no, it's just a condition. It's like he's been flashbanged, basically, is the way you could look at it.
Banged
You
in a
see,
flash.
you see from the ground black stones emerge like a rippling thing of these pieces that just kind of shoot out in different directions.
Has our clothing changed?
Nope, your clothing stays the same. Just the world shifts. Beautiful. And at the top of the round, player F / Penthos.
So the world has moved around me.
Yes. You can see these pieces move back and forth and around. Like, I'm not going to move players or anything because that's just going to be too much to kind of do. So it's just, I'm just moving pieces.
I want to do something paradoxical just at the top, without taking too much time, but also I want to squeeze the most narrative juice out of this. Is there anything around that Penthos / Alexoff struggles with seeing or hits a certain memory core?
Not at the moment.
Okay, great. In that case, I think Penthos is so hyper focused on the idea of this that he will keep swinging, and the spectral river waters around him turn into rapids. It mirrors that angst that he is feeling. So I will continue. Are we flanking? Am I flanking with Phoebe?
Currently, yes.
Great. I will not reckless, but still with advantage. Attack with the null string. 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Okay, so that's 23 damage, 6 of it being psychic. I will put a frost strike into this. So that is an additional 2 cold damage. If you could make a Constitution saving throw, please.
How much damage was it?
2 extra.
2 points.
So 25 altogether.
Beautiful. Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, DC 18.
7.
All right, your speed is reduced to 0 until the start of your next turn.
Beautiful.
Second attack. $15.
15 misses.
Absolutely, that sucks. Not good. I hate myself. That'll be it.
All right. Beautiful. Phobos is going to make a claw strike at you. That
Okay.
is going to be a 29 to hit.
Yeah, man.
The claw swings and slashes away. That is 23 points of slashing damage.
How much?
23.
23 halved would be 11.
Yes.
I will just keep screaming, Rhea, why? Rhea, why?
Beautiful. Love that for you.
Terrible reaction.
Staying there. Laertes, it is now your turn. You are over here. You see the ground like just behind you goes as these black stones jut out from the ground.
Does it look like that beach and in the chamber of Theophilus?
Yep.
A sort of hexagonal pillar.
Yep.
Okay. That's intriguing. Has anything about Phobos changed? Or is it still these sort of viscous, amorphous battle goo?
He's taken a humanoid shape. It is very much kind of in that, like, he doesn't have wings like most of the fragments have. He just has these like super long arms that are twice the length of his body that allow him to kind of do these far-reaching claws. And then there's just like the eyes that cover the skin all over. They kind of just blink in all directions.
It occurs to me that some of these fragments have experienced a certain amount of ego. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean just a sense of self. And Nagush seemed, I don't know if this is true or this is your intent or I'm misreading, but there almost seemed a fear based around rejoining Beldura, the greater mass somewhere out in the cosmos. They had its prime directive of, I have to leave here to get to it. But it seemed thrown by the idea of what happens afterwards, what happens to you. Phobos seems to have more ego, more of a sense of self. And I want to try and lock on to that, because at the very least, maybe I can reduce whatever mass is there and take some of the fight out of him.
Okay.
I can't just take Phobin out of him. So I'm going to try and just lock on to something.
Okay.
And I know this is going to be difficult, and I know it's probably not going to work, but goddamn, wouldn't it be funny? So I'm going to try and vortex warp something out of that.
Okay. Does not there have to be a willingness? There doesn't have to be a willingness to this, right?
There doesn't have to be, but they would have to roll the save, I believe. Let me look at my sheet. It's all over the place because there's a lot. And if I have to upcast this, I will. Actually, I have to upcast this by default. I have to. It's a second level spell. I have to cast it at third because I don't have the slots. It would have to make a con save, which I can't see it failing at, but who knows?
Okay.
Wait a minute. This is
It rolls a 19.
You can roll it again.
All right.
I'm gonna use my chrono shift to just sort of stuff that down.
Second time is a 24.
Okay, question for the class. Do I play the odds and make him roll it 2 more times because I can?
Finale, baby.
What do we think, folks?
Yeah.
I think so.
Phobos think, therefore Phobo am. But if Phobos no think, therefore Phobo not.
I rolled-
Cogito ergo vortex warp.
He
So
got
what
a
was that?
32 on the wisdom saving throw for me, so I have a feeling he's got some pretty high saves, but maybe con is lower.
I mean,
So that's-
I
that's
did
my
the frost
input.
strike and he got a 7,
Okay.
which
But
was
you
a
know
con
what?
save. Yeah.
Why not? Let's go for
Science.
both.
I did roll really low for you.
It sounds like something crazy's happening.
Screw it. Let's try.
All
I want
right.
to do something weird and goofy.
Okay.
I'm going to use my Fortune's Favor, so I'll mark that off.
It sounds like his constitution's being tested.
All right, Time Lord, do it.
Yeah, so he's going to have to roll again.
19.
Wait.
Yeah.
I use Woe on Phobos for that roll. So he loses 5 of those points of that 19. Does
Does
that
Astrid just like sound like Keanu Reeves for a minute?
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Secretly, Keanu Reeves was the memory that Astrid was playing into there.
Discord,
couldn't have
that's the
used that on
second
my first
Keanu
roll.
Reeves reference you've made. Just kidding.
You know what?
Is this woe like Skyrim dragon shout? Like,
this is
That's good.
this is like I guess it's a part of her like it's like her augury abilities and being able to see. So I guess this would be a situation where Phobin doesn't see, or Phobos doesn't see the attack that's incoming, or isn't prepared for it, kind of thing.
Yeah. So, well, you said that's a -5?
-5 from the
Brings-
19. Yeah.
Brings it to a
Bring down
14.
to 14, which is under the save.
Okay. And then?
And then
I am trying to teleport or extrude whatever I can that is the core essence.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be really wild if that just meant the entirety of Phobos is just blinked 5 feet over and nothing's changed, because that's a real possibility. But that's interesting.
Okay. We are going to say that it does move. The entirety of the mass goes. It kind of like tears itself apart, and you see kind of very venom-like this goo that stays in one place as something else is pulled out. And where are you wanting to place this other thing that you have latched onto?
I should have said that before I even did it. Because that's Phoebe that's flying there, right? Who is no? That's
No,
Astrid.
this is Astrid, Cypress,
blinking.
Phoebe,
Okay.
and Penthos is on the side.
I would have said between the group and Astrid.
yeah.
Over here? Over
Yeah.
there? Beautiful. Beautiful.
No, you know what? That's not quite right. I would have said between me and the group.
Okay, so on the other side of Phoebe, just like right
Yeah.
here. This thing is gone. In its place, who
it's an
shall I?
okra ooze.
What shall I use? I'm just gonna use this. As another individual pops out, a a human appearing individual who looks probably mid to late 30s, graying at the temples, gives a very like somewhere between Doctor Strange and Mr. Fantastic. It just has that like really shock white, but it's more just gray that comes across his head. Looks still like he has a youthful face, but is aging at the same time. Torn clothing. He just kind of looks like in rags as he gets like pulled out and just kind of like looks over to Laertes as this human just like looks at you and his eyes go wide. And he just yells out, and as he yells and he throws his hands out, it's like the effect is like anytime he moves, there is black goo that follows and trails behind, but it dissipates in the air. So it's almost like this, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I think you can motion blur trail of like his movement, but it's just like black oil that follows in the air for a minute before it like dissipates around it. And he does that, and he does that at the end of your turns.
Yeah.
He's gonna leap at you now. He moves forward.
Does that move him out of my space?
He was teleported out, yes.
No, but since he was between us, was he within range when he got moved
he was
between us?
10 feet out.
Oh, okay.
Wait, where is my stat block?
What
If I was playing a slightly less serious character, be like, I think I miscalculated.
That'll be 2 claw attacks on you. So the first one is going to be. Oh, I rolled so
Is this
badly.
the same creature?
It's yeah.
Okay, so disadvantage.
Basically. Disadvantage. All right, cool. So that makes it a 16. Yeah, I rolled really low on that first one.
What is happening?
So my AC is
Oh my god.
13. No, I think 12 now.
Because you went up.
Yeah.
But you do get resistance, so you get half.
You get resistance, but I also get shield. So I'm just going to cast that
Okay.
and block it.
The second one is going to be a 23.
That is not blocked.
So the first one scrapes across this kinetic shield of energy that you bury yourself in. The second one punches through it and slashes again, and that is going to be 16 points slashing damage, halved to 8 points of slashing damage.
I will use my reaction to use Spirit Shield, where I can reduce damage as a reaction, and I will reduce that by 7.
Is there a reach for that? A distance?
30 feet.
Okay. Ooh, that might be close. Hold on.
So it's okay. So I only took 1, is what I'm hearing.
I'm hoping. Yeah.
But figure
He is 35 feet from you. Is it 30 feet for real?
Yes.
Okay. Dang. One square closer. I mean, still, it's only 8, so that's not terrible.
Well, doesn't he have long reach? So technically.
Okay. No.
I mean, he moved him further away.
It's fine. It's fine. Now, the warmth goes from everybody's eye. And this
How about the
time,
blindness?
well,
I got you covered next time.
we're gonna have it come from Astrid this time, who has a beautiful line of sight in the air. This beam of energy is gonna fly out, and it's going to strike Phoebe. Because directly in front, it was Cypress. I see Phoebe, so that's fine. Phoebe, Astrid, I need you to roll me a d4, please.
Dude.
What was it?
2.
2?
Yep.
Okay, this beam of energy flies out from Astrid's eye and strikes Phoebe as Phoebe's turning to look where this teleportation has gone. I need Phoebe to make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage from the feast. And with a boost for being close to me. Boost by 3.
A +3. Am I close enough to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I am standing next
yeah.
to you.
Yeah, you're right here.
Advantage and +3.
Dirty 20.
Oh, no, that's probably not enough.
Yes, that is the total.
You hear a voice inside your head. Phobin, Phobos, Beldura, the plague. This is too important. This must happen. You are charmed for 1 minute or until that you take
Oh
damage.
no.
Phobos can issue telepathic commands to the charmed creature, no action required, which it does its best to obey.
Darn.
Dang it. I was trying to be helpful and I pre-rolled and one of them was a natural 20 and now it's all kaput.
Don't worry, you can still use that. I don't mind. I'm just going to put this red marker on you just so that I remember.
These are high DCs.
They are very... Oh, you're fighting a god! What
No,
do
I
you
mean,
mean?
it makes sense. It's just rough.
Okay. That ends that. Phoebe, it is now your turn.
That's the worst time.
You have been told to protect Phobos. This is the most important.
That was the specific command he gave, was just protect him.
Yeah.
And who was the last one to attack him? Laertes?
Well, yeah, in a teleportation kind of like smacked away kind of thing. Otherwise, it was Cyprus or Penthos that physically struck.
Okay. And I'm just supposed to obey that command to the best of my ability.
To the best of your ability.
You would have advantage against me because I'm blind.
You know, if you're blind, you're not. What's there to protect him from if you're blind?
He did stab him.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't. You didn't,
Nope.
right? 'Cause
I got him once.
You got him once. Okay.
Okay, I rolled an even, so I'm gonna go for Penthos.
Okay.
That's cocked for your benefit because it would have been a 20.
Oh, well.
Does a 17 hit you, Penthos?
Yeah.
Oh
yes,
well.
it does.
Okay, that is 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay. What does Phoebe's face look like?
Resolute.
With tears.
That's a natural 1.
Hey.
And then for my third one, I got odds this time, so this one I'm going to shoot at Laertes. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
It's 8 points of radiant damage.
It's 4 points of radiant damage.
Perfect.
Yay.
I am going to go stand next to Phobos.
Back to back.
Do you pass? Or I guess I wouldn't have opportunity because I'm blind. Never mind.
Yeah. Yep. You don't even know what's happened. You just hear punches and
I saw someone. I heard someone attack Pentos.
hit me.
I thought I had reason to do so, but what's happening?
That is an action, bonus action, and movement. So.
beautiful. Astrid.
Wait, was it? Do I have to take damage to be uncharmed, or can I make a roll at the end of my?
Domination. It just says must succeed on saving throw or be charmed for 1 minute or until the target takes damage. So yeah.
I'm struggling here. I want to say what I think Penthos would do. Because I ran the whole way here just to get hit by my friend. Miles. And I would like to use, since I have a reaction free, I'm not going to metagame. Like, I don't know that, hitting someone would end a charm condition.
Right.
But I think this is obvious. Like, bad things are happening. The buildings are switching around. Fear is in the air. So I would like to use an opportunity attack to grapple Phoebe. Kind of one of those, like...
What are you doing? Snap out of it!
kind of like turning around and almost like a soft headlock of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like just like rumbling through the chest kind of thing, hoping that maybe some sort of surface touch would
make a athletics check, and then Phoebe, you get to make one to counter it to see if you.
In the new rules, at least it's an unarmed strike, but I don't know, in case you were wondering. Feel free to do whatever.
Oh, I'm using.
I need to do athletics.
I think monks can do dex.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
use strength.
I think it's
use
athletics versus athletics when it is
either
enacted,
way.
and then to escape, it's athletics and acrobatics, I believe.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Hunter?
26.
Good. I got a 14.
Okay. You are then grappled in Penthos's arms.
Tears will fall upon your shoulder. And honestly, this is exactly how you met Penthos.
Beautiful. Astrid, it's your turn.
Okay. Astrid is going to use.
You just felt some crazy energy come out of your head and saw it hit Phoebe and saw this whole like reaction in the, in this moment. Dreamy. Beautiful.
Astrid is going to change her starry form to dragon.
Beautiful.
But she's going to flavor it in the way that instead of thinking of dragon, it is she thinks about what it's like to be one of those giant planets that we passed by on our way, and how massive and strong, colossal they are. And her constitution is bolstered
Nice.
from this. She's then going to... let's see. I want to make sure this spell is... okay. That would be her entire turn for now.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. You're staying where you're at.
I'll fly up another, let's say 10 feet.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. As the storm inside her roils. Yeah.
Okay. Themisto, it is now your turn. You just watched this beam hit Phoebe. You then watch Phoebe hit hit both Laertes and Penthos. There is this resoluteness that came over her face, where it was like definitely a darkening of an expression, and now is currently being grappled inside of Penthos's arms.
May I do an intuition, or my snakes do an intuition to know that something is off? Like, seriously? Because I know my sunbeam, and that is not her.
Okay.
Just because I want to understand what I would have to do to get out of a situation like this.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Natural 20.
Nice. For a total of.
For a total of... What's that? Insight. That's the
Oh, insight. Yeah.
27.
Something's definitely come over Phoebe. You definitely know that something is not clicking. As far as knowing how charms being the works, maybe not, but definitely know that something is not right, and that whatever struck her changed something.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try to do some stuff.
Okay.
Can I, since I had just crouched down and affected the earth, right? Can, like, one of the closest ripples to me, I would like to, like, sweep it aside and pull out my sword from there, because my casting implement.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So just for flavor purposes. So basically, like, this sword, because Themisto is so connected to Gaia, emerges from the soil itself, essentially. And I'm going to move quickly over to Cypress, who is blind. And I'm going to lay the flat of the blade on his back as I approach. And Themisto will say, Apollo brings the light of day, and cast Lesser Restoration,
Beautiful.
giving him his sight back.
Bless you.
And then I am going to use the rest of my movement to get to Phoebe. Depending
30.
on
That
how
gets
far-
you right there. Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
that's right at 30.
And now I am going to have to, unfortunately, make a meta argument and see if you find it acceptable.
Okay.
With my really good insight, and being right next to Phoebe, and Cleo being the little shit stirrer that she is, can I have her do my bonus snake bite action on Phoebe? Just like as Cleo acting out as herself, thinking that Phoebe is whack right now.
Sure.
Woo! Okay, Phoebe, please make a con save.
Don't you need a hit first or no?
Oh yeah, I actually need to hit.
That might be.
Grappled though.
So you have advantage.
And I have bless, so shoot. Does a 14 hit you while you're
That's
Okay,
great. Great visual though.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't actually roll my attack stuff. All I did was roll the dice and didn't add
Oh,
the
any
actual attack itself. So, does a 17 hit you?
No. Beautiful.
You needed an 18.
Oh wait. Okay. Envenoming strike is
Bless?
4. I had bless. That was 1. I had a 13. Okay, no, it was 18. I'm just bad at math. I promise.
18. Okay.
An 18 hits.
Okay, there we go.
Hey.
Now make your con save, please.
It'd be great if this is how you started your path to turning people to stone.
8.
Okay, so you're immune to the poison condition right now, right? Still.
Yeah. Yeah. Because of Hero's
Okay.
Feast.
Okay, so you are gonna take poison damage initially, and the snake bite, but Cleo is gonna bite you, and she does 4 points of piercing, and then
Aim for the
she
ears, ear
also-
piercings.
Think lips because you get snake bite then.
You also get 4 points of poison damage right in that moment, but the poison does
Is
not
halved, yeah.
continue.
Yeah. So what, 6 points total then altogether?
Yeah.
Nice. Phoebe, as you had heard this voice telling you to protect Phobos, you everything kind of went into a blur after that. And then the next thing you know, you feel a sharp pain and your vision unblurs itself and you see Themisto standing in front of you.
Themisto looks like shocked that Cleo would do such a thing. um, and Sunbeam, are you alright?
And I'm still grappled by.
Penthos.
I'm just gonna reach out, give you a kiss.
Some crazy neck movement there.
I'm a monk. I got a +8 on my dex.
They're fighting in front of me.
Mom.
It is just like who we
All
first
the way
met.
here.
That's
Considering that's
crazy.
how they met.
Mhm.
then- yeah.
Yep.
Intense headbutt of love and for real. Okay. Does that end your turn, Themisto?
Yes, I've done everything I can do.
There is another claw strike on legendary action. Claw strike on Laertes.
But it doesn't have to.
It does though. 33 to hit.
Technically, there's another option because I think unless Penthos had stopped me on my way up to him, I had gone and stood right next to Phobos.
He stopped you because he grappled you.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's why
no,
you're
I
able
don't
to-
have any other countermeasures for that right now, so I'm just
I
gonna have to
tried,
deal with
man.
That is 14 points of slashing damage, reduced down to 7 because of your potion.
Oh, and me. I never hit anybody else, so disadvantage and resistance. I don't know if resistance is stack.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Not in this case.
it. Was that with disadvantage then? Are we?
With disadvantage, that would be a 23 to hit.
Yep. Okay.
Okie dokie.
So I know we're not going to get to episode 69, but my health is at 69. So
Nice.
there you go.
Don't hit him again.
No, touch him. Cypress, it is now your turn. You have clear sight.
His dark world slowly fades back into view, only for the first thing that he sees to be his burning home city.
Yeah.
So the relief that he immediately feels is immediately just replaced by pure rage, and he wheels on, immediately confusing to him two different beings.
Nice.
But seeing that one of them has black ooze dripping from him, it's not an ally. And with a growl, he will rush towards them with his sword.
Okay.
Nearest one.
There's only one. It's this guy right here.
I thought there were two.
No, he got teleported out of
A 2
himself.
is what I rolled. But
Beautiful.
I've got 2 more attacks. So a 5 is what I rolled the second time. What's the third roll? Okay. 19.
19 just hits.
Hey. 12 magical slashing. Actually,
12,
13, because magic weapon.
13. Beautiful.
I will bash him with my sword, with my shield. Attempting to knock him prone. I'm sure it won't work. You always gotta attempt. It makes a strength saving throw against DC 16.
DC 16, strength save. That is a 23.
It just makes it.
Yeah.
So, whoosh. And that's my turn.
Okay, beautiful. As the turn ends, it's gonna do its last legendary action for this round. Both Cypress and Laertes, you watch as the space around you, and for Laertes, you're gonna be like, oh shit, because you see the world twist and shatter on itself, and it reminds you of some of the tampering that you yourself have seen before as well. I need you to both make Constitution saving throws,
Oh no.
as reality is rent. They rent reality.
14.
17.
I prefer to lease reality.
Yeah. That is 29 points of force damage. As everything just goes around. For those of you who have resistance, so I guess Laertes, right? That will be, what is that? Be
You said 29, so 14.
14 points of damage? Right? Yeah.
If we're going with our previous,
So it brings it down, yeah, because it's lowered, right?
You round down.
Yeah, round down. So
would Cypress get halved because of ancestral protectors, because it was damage done not to me? But now we're talking about multiple targets,
yeah,
so that feels like a little.
I think that's a little. I think it's just.
But
Is
that's
it
up to
just?
you.
Is it
It
just?
just says anyone, not you.
Okay. So then, yeah. So then we'll do. That's fine.
Double check.
Sorry, what's happening now?
Well, you got resistance, and then Tara didn't.
It
have
says hits a
resistance.
creature other than you with an attack.
Right. So
And it says the creature, so it's singular, so I can see
Yeah.
it both ways. That's really
Yeah.
up to you.
Well, if
Yeah.
you just target me, the Laertes already has resistance.
yeah. So then they would both just take 14 points of force damage,
Nice.
but you also gain 1 level of exhaustion,
Oh.
and then the world resets itself as everything starts moving around again. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break because we haven't taken one yet. And I need to pee really bad.
One bladder.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Get it at Blockbuster. What? Listen, we haven't had a break yet. Okay. It'll be a really fast one. We're in the middle of combat. Don't want to take too long. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, so now we have a new battlefield that has moved slightly. I'll just kind of give an aerial overview as things have shifted in and out of existence and around. I guess I can get still close. I mean, you guys are basically still in the same spot. It's just the environment that keeps shifting and moving. Barnaby, yes. Oh, I miss Trash Can. Do give them our love. It's been a hot minute. Okay, so top of the round. Reality has been rent in and around itself, and this just for a moment as it kind of does this like kaleidoscopic like shift and move, and you feel your body parts for both Laertes and Cypress. You feel your body just kind of like it's like literally going and then it comes back together into place. Okay, let's see here. So then
Sarah is here.
Woo! Do. Okay. Top of the round, Penthos.
Yes. Is there anybody flanking with Hoban?
Currently,
Laertes.
no. Laertes is right here. Cypress is right here. Phobin is right here. You have to move around to get over there.
Okay, I will flank with somebody.
30, 35. What do you have? 35?
I have 40.
40? Perfect. That gets you right into that spot.
Amazing.
What if you the heat? Somebody.
Also, I have some reach if I need it.
Sure.
I will attack with advantage.
Beautiful.
Jesus Christ. 12.
Does not hit.
Oh my god. I'm about to lose my shit. 15.
15 also does not hit.
I rolled 4 times. My highest was a 7. So great.
Beautiful. Love that for you.
Yeah. Bonus action. On brand, I will cry. And I think. Oh, by the way, before I did all of that, I let go of Phoebe. If that was
Yes.
not implied.
Yeah, I figured you
I
did
tried
it
to hit
bound off.
Phobin with Phoebe.
Oh, I would do it. That'd be so much fun.
Improvise.
Have you ever been
Looney Tunes
used
weapon.
for a paladin smite? It's amazing.
Feel great. Very minty. I love Phoebe. Narratively, to make this make sense, very upset. There was like a pat on the shoulder, like it's Alexov's hand, but like it feels just so much larger than it is. And
Which, to that effect, I guess there is that like dual vision that you're having. You're seeing this like the Beast from X-Men, but also within him is a smaller person that you do see, because they do see you because they know you as Penthos, but they also see this other vision of Alexov with it from within.
crazy thought,
Mhm.
right? Tying it all together. Just follow me here. Mechanically, Alexov was a shifter.
Yeah.
And came to look like the gargoyle of the
Yeah.
namesake, which is the sort of aesthetic that Penthos was modeled after, like this inner sorrowful monster that came out. What if before this there was no shifting that Alexov had done? This is the moment where that became the new reality, where these
Maybe.
things intertwine.
Maybe.
Thrown out there because I feel like I had a terrible turn. And
It's
I'm
okay.
upset
We all-
that my
we
friend
all-
attacked me. I took it out. It was not.
It's fine.
It was not
It's fine.
graceful. I'm done now.
Okay. There will be another claw attack on Laertes. But this time the claw from his hands changes and you see chung, 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 as the blades of ethereal smoke and vapor that you saw this creature fight Therenian with have now appeared over his hands, and he is going to make a spawned melee weapon attack on you. That is going to be a 27 to hit.
Yep.
And we are changing this now from slashing, it goes to force damage. Or 25 points of force damage. Halved, which is 12.
I will use my reaction is 30 feet from
Oh,
me.
you were close.
Okay. Now through the waves will come a horse-headed knight to take a brunt of one of those attacks.
The spirit guardian appears for a second and then dissipates.
Oh. Reduces it by 9 damage.
So, okay. 3 points of damage.
Meow.
Laertes, it is your turn.
So correct me if I'm wrong. It was a wisdom save that Phobos was tanking earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rolled like 30s on. Was that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not really viable. I'm gonna step back and attempt to prompt a opportunity attack out of him because I want to cast something that I can't do up close.
Okay. Yeah, I guess legendary actions are different than reactions. Were you trying to back up against the rock?
I just want to get more than being in direct melee. So yeah.
Okay.
So nothing or
No, he'll try and swing.
okay.
We'll go for it. He'll go for it. That is going to be a 29 to hit.
Yep.
Oh,
Just barely hits.
This is going to be 27 points of force damage halved. So that's 26. So that makes it 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What are you wanting to do?
I seem to recall that in the previous form, covered in eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Does the presently human presentation have the same motif, like biblically accurate Phobos?
Yes, biblically accurate Phobos. It's got, particularly on its face, it's got the like 2 other sets of eyes on the side of its head. It kind of goes outwards like this, but you do see on its skin occasionally more eyes will open and close as it moves and does stuff.
I want to try and just reach out, and instead of moving him or slapping him through the universe, I want to focus all that attention down to little motes and pinpricks and trying to rip the eyes off of them.
Beautiful. Love that for you.
As I'm going to hit him with something and with gravity. 19.
19 just hits.
Fantabulous. 16 force damage, and instead of moving him, I want to try and just move the eyes, whichever ones I can grab hold of, and just wrench them off of them.
Beautiful. For sure. Make a Arcana roll for me.
Can do that in theory. 17, so not great.
That's fine.
wait. Wheel onto you. You gain 6 points towards that roll.
23.
Okay.
Thank you.
23 eyeballs fly from the body, flying off in whichever direction you want them to go.
I want them to at first bounce like super bouncy balls, but as they get further and further away from the epicenter of Phobos, they lose cohesion, and you just hear these sickening, almost putrid, squicky sounds as they hit ground or other surfaces.
Literally, you. As they go splattering in all directions like the worst sort of bubble tea. It goes everywhere. You're never gonna drink bubble tea the same way again. As these
Neither
eyes
will
go in all go in all directions. They splatter against the ground. It is quite gnarly. Was there any damage involved with that?
It was 16 force damage.
Okay, I did do that. Okay.
And
I
being,
took some damage.
I don't know if that's going to mechanically do anything. I'm just seeing like he keeps using our eyes against each other. So I don't know. It's more symbolic maybe, but I'm just gonna be like,
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna just maybe do that so that if he tries to take control of my eyes, I can't maybe affect anyone else.
Very smart. Okay, cool. That's awful, Hunter. I hate you. Okay, it is now Penthos' turn. Penthos, sorry. Phobin's turn.
Darn.
Darn. The
That's the opposite of what we want.
That's the bad P name.
The blades are gonna go wild. There's gonna be now 4 blade attacks that he's going to level. We're gonna level them at Penthos. Right?
I'm going to just keep whispering in that kind of woof, 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 that
Yeah.
you can only like focus on me. Ares is a straight up bitch. No.
Don't
feel like
you
he'd
talk about my
agree.
daddy! Don't talk about my daddy! All right.
Something like from Alexa.
Phobin's
you're-
like,
you're a
oh my
rat
god,
kid.
right?
Yeah.
You will never be the god of war.
Nice. First attack is a 21.
Yeah.
Second attack is a 24.
Yeah.
Dang.
AC is 16, so yeah, just.
And
keep
the
embarrassing.
third one is a 28.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I could roll really low. You don't know. Okay. First damage. 35 points of force damage.
Ooh, force is a problem.
Oh.
The second one is
Oh,
35 points of force damage again.
Oh.
Penthos goes down.
Oh.
Okay. You see Penthos there for a moment, and then the 2 blades go right into his chest, and he Thanoses. And there is nobody there. Then his remaining 2 attacks are going to be redirected then to Cypress, because Cypress is the closest right there. This is going to be a 26 to hit
Hit.
and a 21 to hit.
Hit.
First attack, 20 points of force damage.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack, 15 points of force damage because I rolled a bunch of fucking ones.
Down.
Down.
Oh, no.
The two blades go one on either side. Laertes, you back up against this wall as you were like, this happens. Both Penthos and Cypress become ash in front of your eyes and disappear.
Do I get a last word? Sort of.
Sure.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
Oh no, not that.
I will turn to Phoebe, knowing exactly what it feels like to have very few words that can be spoken, and the gravity of those words, and what had just occurred. And just tears falling in those cracks in the cheeks, so familiar in this new form. Do not forget who you are.
Beautiful. Disappears.
Likewise, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
As the blades exit him and he starts to ashen out from his wounds, Cypress looks up at his ashen city.
This is not your city, by the way. This is not Thebes.
Oh. Well, thinks of his
Thinks
actual
of
city.
Thebes. Yeah.
Unsure of where he is,
Basically,
And-
yes.
and thinks, well, odds are Asterion was already dead. May my friends not join the same fate.
He disappears. Phobin runs forward towards Laertes. And he doesn't have any more actions, so that's the end for now. Phoebe, it is now your turn. You're over here. You see over Themisto's shoulder, Penthos and Cypress vanish into dust. What are you
All
doing?
right. I want to
Rage?
go. He just ran right up to Laertes. I want to go up to him and hit him. Does that count as flanking now?
Yes. Don't forget you have advantage.
That's a natural 20.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that we have Astrid like in the video, like right up here.
That's 17 points of force damage for the first one.
17 points.
A 26 to hit for the second one.
26 hits.
17 points of force damage.
17.
Another 26 for the third one.
That also hits.
That is going to be 18 points of force damage. And if he is still up, I'm going to use my last focus point.
Oh yes, still up.
One could hope. And that is a 24 to hit.
That also hits.
That is 13 points of force damage.
13 points of force damage. Beautiful. Okay.
I'm gonna stay there because he's not gonna take down Laertes too.
Beautiful. Okay. Astrid, it is now your turn. You are right here.
Astrid is going to use Moonbeam at highest level.
Okay.
They need to make a Constitution saving.
Constitution.
Place Moonbeam right on top of.
Con save. Okay. Con save. Where are we? Here we are. That's a 13.
Which he fails. So
Beautiful.
he is going to take 4d10, which I'll roll. 8. 18.
18. 18 points of.
Wait, hold up. $33 points of radiant damage.
33 points of radiant damage.
Yes.
Beautiful. You bring this energy around, swinging it, smashing it down. Go for it.
Nice. With that, she wants to dig into his form, and he will need to basically, if he is polymorphed or altered in some way, his true form will come out.
Okay.
In the same way that it did for the other creature that we fought that was pretending to be Andreas.
So he lets out a very powerful yell of pain as he's almost like being electrified, and you see for a minute like body like distorts, like it's trying to shift into something else, but he remains in this form, which is Phobin.
with a bonus action, she's going to cast Healing Word.
Mhm.
Let's see. It's going to be at second level. Onto Laertes for a total of 15 points of healing.
That's not nothing.
Yeah. And then she's going to go ahead and fly like 15 feet closer, at the same height.
Okay.
Yep.
Put you about right there.
No, we're good.
Just move it this way so we can see Themisto. Beautiful.
That will be a turn.
Okay. He is going to use one of his blade attacks as a legendary action to strike at Laertes. Is a 23 to hit.
A little bit.
Yeah. And then that's going to be 29 points of force damage.
So 14.
So glad you're resistant to force.
Or he's resistant to all damage right now.
Thank you, Aretno.
Yeah, for real. For real.
If I had higher AC, I'd be a wizard tank right now.
This is true. This is true.
Because my total health, if we were basically treating it as resistance, is effectively doubling your HP, right? So I had 176 at the start of the fight.
Yeah.
Not so much now.
Okay. Themisto, it is now your turn.
Okay. So, I would like to be where all of my allies and the spots where allies were are within 30 feet of me.
Okay. I'll move you here.
Okay. Walking over there, like I stride over there and I lift my sword into the air, the shimmering point that it is, and I look over to the statue of Apollo, and then I look to Phobos, and after acknowledging Apollo, I point the sword down at Phobos, and I say, Phobos, hear me. In the name of Apollo, as he brings the sun to rise again every day, so shall we, until you are defeated. And I cast Aura of Life. So now, everyone within 30 feet of me, if they are reduced to 0 hit points, instead on their next turn come back with 1 hit point. Additionally, if an ally has 0 hit points and starts its turn in the aura, that ally regains 1 hit point. So anybody who is downed as well, if there's some sort of spectral dust essence of our defeated allies, on their next turn, they should be reborn, like the rising sun. So I am doing that. So I like to imagine that from the statue of Apollo, there is a shining off in the, like, from behind it, off in the horizon, as if the sun is about to rise over the battlefield. And so it just like shifts the daytime filter of this environment to a
Nice.
permanent dawn, while I have Aura of Life going.
Okay.
So now we are all kind of like an army of undead in a way. So if you get dropped, bring yourself back with 1 hit point
Interesting.
forever until Themisto loses concentration.
Concentration. Beautiful.
Well, not forever. It lasts for up to 10 minutes. But you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's forever in a fight.
Yeah, it is forever in a fight. Like that's beautiful. Okay. I'm going to say Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
The blades that he has around his body began to spin around him. While under normal circumstances, in a normal world, this would bring people back. This is a dream space
God damn
and
it.
not real. But it could help keep people up for a little bit. So I do love where this is going, and I have something for this. It's not wasted, but Cypress does not come back right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough.
All right. Okay. Okay. But you feel this energy blossom out of you. It almost mirrors Phobos's initial little dream bubble that he created. That it's that same little, but a different, more vibrant, minty green Healy color, I guess. As it goes out in all directions, and it does cover Phoebe, Astrid, Laertes. So you do get the effects of this. And no, they have not forgotten you, Penthos. You are still very much in their memory for now.
But just a memory.
I mean, we can only remember you so far as we're still alive, so.
Also true. We're gonna start moving the stones around. So they're gonna start moving this way. We'll move this one. This one goes here. We're taking this away. Things move and switch around again. I'm gonna put this house on its side because that's fun. This is gonna go back over here. This does this. This is going away. And it almost seems like you are getting encircled by stone. There we go. As the pieces are closing in. Beautiful. We goes directly to Laertes.
Okay. So I'm going to guess that the removal of all these eyes was more of an aesthetic choice than a mechanical one.
It did things.
Okay. Does he still have a whole smattering of them, or?
You see that there are both bleeding eyeless pits and a few other eyes still on his body.
Amalgam Beholder, new from D&D. Okay. Now I have a question that I don't know if in character I have an answer for, so you're going to tell me here.
Okay.
A while back, you had given me a lead-lined box with some sort of filigree around the edging.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would know this if this was the same box that Dr. Aura had presented.
No.
No. Okay. So it wouldn't have any. Okay. Even if it was, I'm not sure that he would know that. I don't know how much of that vision it was shared.
Right.
So, I think he's going to take it out like just sort of instinctively because Hecate had given him a few gifts with the intent of you'll know what to do with this when the time comes, and he doesn't know, and it's getting close to the end. But it's not going to stop him from just trying stuff. And trying to get an opportunity, or trying to get a way to do this without disadvantage is not going to help. So he's just going to go with disadvantage and trying to rip more of these eyes out of him.
Okay. Beautiful. Do it.
So I'll roll that with disadvantage. $18.
Misses.
It. Okay.
You pull at skin, and you can't seem to latch onto any eyes.
I guess as a bonus action, not that this is going to really help much, is I'm going to use my potion of healing to maybe keep me standing a little bit longer.
Beautiful. Okay.
Oh, that's real bad though.
Oh no. So what is that? 5 + 4?
No, they're actually worse now, I think. Because it's potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, I
So
see.
it's only 7.
Beautiful. Alrighty.
There's, yeah.
All right. Okay. That ends your turn.
Yeah, not much else I can do.
All right. It
See if I
is
can even survive the round.
Phobos's turn. He makes 2. I should say that I should be as of note. These whirlwind of weapons as they spin around are beginning to cut through the air and become hard to see, so that it becomes like a whirlwind of weapons that kind of spins around him. I'm gonna allow this post move because I had forgotten about this, but at the start, it's the start of each of his turns. Any creature in the aura takes 14, takes force damage. I don't round that. So you're gonna start to feel something if you don't move.
Oh, I see. Okay, if I'd known that actually would have changed my turn a little bit.
Okay.
Because my first roll was actually a nat 20.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you want to adjudicate that.
I'm allowing you can move
Okay.
because I figured you would want to move before this goes into
Yeah.
effect because it's on the start of his turn. I mean, I guess technically it's one of those things that it once he starts it, it's on the start of his turn. It doesn't happen on your turn, so you wouldn't notice this until he started moving. But I'm just gonna allow you to move if you want to move.
Yeah, might as well. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have caught that before.
It doesn't go into effect until the top of the round, and it doesn't hit you until his turn, which is after yours.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Kinda. We're just gonna go through it.
Move
Yeah.
up this way. Okay.
Sure.
All right. We're gonna say Astrid.
She wants to yell out to Phobos, if that's okay.
What are you gonna say?
May the light of this universe burn you out. And then, when she does her strike, she like concentrates on that.
Oh, I see.
So so he knows that was her. I think that.
He is letting Laertes go. He is going to leap forward towards the Misto. Misto, are you around?
No, she has
No.
to
Oh.
deal with something.
Hurt. Okay. Okay. Well, then we'll just change targets. Then we'll just go for Phoebe. Yeah, I gotcha.
Gang, there's we gotta take a pause.
Okay.
There's an actual fire. Oh no.
I don't know, but I can't play like this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Well, we'll do this for a second more and see what happens, and then we'll figure it out. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll just attack Phoebe then, because you're directly there. Actually, we'll do 2 to Phoebe, and then we'll do range, because he can do range. So 2 direct to Phoebe, because you're right there. So the one for One of them is going to be a 34. The second one is going to be a 30 on these. The first is going to be 29 points of force damage. The second one is going to be 41 points of force damage.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, you're still muted.
Disconnected. All right. Oh, leave and come back. Got it.
Okay.
Everything's going crazy.
It's the reality breaking down.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Goodness gracious.
Coming back. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Penthos is 2 people now. It's fine. This is the internet going. Yes. Dramatic finale? I think so. It's Zoom. Oh, I see. Zoom. No.
Still no.
Love that. Okay. Well,
This might be
yeah, I was going to say
a sign.
it might be. Okay. Well, okay, so this is fine. This won't be a nerve-wracking way to wait for next week.
I
But
have
you
a
know,
feeling there'd be enough to still do anyway.
oh yeah. Well, it's fine. We can manage. All right. So I guess we will stop there for now. Get everything sorted, and then we will come back to this very intense moment next time. It's fine. It'll be just a episode 66 part B.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. No worries, guys. We will see you Thursday for some Age of Innovation, and then Friday for some Star Wars, and then back on Tuesday for the dramatic finale of the finale of the finale. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Attack on Titan Part 1, Part 3, Part 3, Part 2.
In the meantime, we will have a vampire movie night tomorrow night in the Discord, so come check us out for that. And we'll be back next Wednesday with proper VTM.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time, guys. Have a good night. Stay fey, be brave, and just stay forward as Mango. Mango!
Bunny spread.